Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lola or Lola. If it's your first time, hello. If it's not your first time, welcome back, and I'm glad you're here again. So yeah, it's been a while since I posted on this account. I'm so sorry for that. It's just that, like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been struggling a little bit coming up with like new topics, new ideas, and I've even recently started making a new channel based on like edits on like fandoms I like, shows I like, TV shows I like. I'm not mentioning the name because I want to be like anonymous and stuff like that. Hopefully I get to stay that way, like even in the future, but yeah, I have been like kind of stuck a little bit on this channel, like what to post, what to talk about. And I feel like because I've got this new account that I'm using, and I've got so many ideas for this new account, this channel has kind of taken a little bit of a backseat. So yeah, I'm really sorry about that, especially if you enjoyed watching my videos and stuff like that. But yeah, I just wanted to do like a quick video about transitional phases in life, which is what I'm in right now. I'm not going to explain what is going on per se, but like I am in a transitional phase. Right now I'm like doing something, I'm somewhere not necessarily I don't want to be in. I do want to be in it, but I'm also not where I want to be at the same time. I won't really get there until September, so there's still like a few months until I reach that stage, and it can be quite difficult waiting and stuff like that. And yeah, so last week in church I was listening to the pastor was preaching about the LJM of God, the love, justice, love, judgment and mercy of God. And then there's one thing he said that stuck out to me, and he said, when you don't know the time of your breakthrough, you run from pillar to post. So yeah, so basically what that means is, God has a timing, God has a reason for everything. And especially because we live in a society that depends heavily on like instant gratification and stuff like that. Instant gratification, like impatience. Not everybody, sometimes, especially when it comes to long-term goals, it's hard for us to like be patient with stuff, or we want things like instantaneously. And yeah, when we don't know God's timing to something, we can run from pillar to post, from one helter skelter, trying to speed up the process, trying to make sure results come quicker than they're supposed to. And in the end of the day, this can lead to destruction. It's even written in the Bible, Proverbs 14:12. There's a way that seems right unto a man, but the end leads to death. And it's just saying that like God's ways are not always, God's ways are higher than always, God's ways are stronger than always. If God is making you wait for something, I know that the wait can be tiring, and it might seem like other people are ahead of you in life, and it might even seem like you're not going anywhere, you're being stagnant. But sometimes you just have to be patient, you have to trust the process, and you have to hold on, you have to wait. I know it can be difficult, I know it can be challenging, but just know that God has put you in this position, in this transition phase of your life for a specific reason. And just know that He is taking you to greater heights, and He will never give you something earlier than you deserve it, or earlier than you need to have it. His timing is flawless. It may not make sense to us behind the scenes, but God knows exactly what He's doing. And I have been doing quiet time recently. Again, my relationship with God hasn't been the best. I have a full-time job. I'm tired when I get back. It's not really an excuse. I am trying to work on it, but at the same time, it has been hard because I work a lot. I work Monday to Friday. But yeah, so God has a purpose and plan for our life. God cares more about us fulfilling our life's fulfillment, because when we fulfill our life's fulfillment, that's normally when He calls us home. That's normally when He tells us that's when He's finished with us. And in my quiet time, I was analyzing Galatians. I wrote it down. I'm gonna find it really quickly. It was Galatians, I believe. 1 second, guys. Let me just try and find out what I've written here. Okay, Galatians. Yeah, so these are my notes, my quiet time, stuff like that. So yeah, Galatians 3:4. Have you experienced so much for nothing? Surely it wasn't in vain, was it? So it's basically saying that like when you go through something in life, it's never in vain. There's always a reason for something. There's always a reason why something is happening in life, even if the results are, I wouldn't say crazy, maybe they just don't make sense to us or anything. And I've written it here. It says God's timeline is not the same as our own, and sometimes before we receive a big blessing, we need to suffer to get there. But even then, God makes the suffering worthwhile, and there's a reason behind it. Why does God make us suffer? So my notes are in Spanglish. They're like English and Spanish at the same time. I've written it in Spanish. Yeah, so I'm just gonna say in Spanish and I'm gonna translate in English. ¿Por qué Dios nos hace sufrir? Why does God make us suffer? Para que podamos acercar más a Él, so that we can become closer to Him. Cuando Él creía el mundo, él dio a los humanos el libre albedrío. Esto incluía la capacidad de tomar decisiones diferentes. Incluso sí podría causar daño a sí misma y a los demás. So when God created the world, He gave us humans free will, and this included the capability of making different decisions, even if it could cause harm to ourselves and to other people. Como cristianos es necesario que desarrollemos nuestro carácter. Sin embargo, eso no siempre es posible a menos que atravesemos momentos difíciles. As Christians, it's necessary that we develop a character. However, sometimes this isn't always possible unless we go through difficult times. Es una consecuencia de nuestros pecados o errores pasados. A veces, Dios tiene que intervenir de forma negativa para que nos demos cuenta de que nuestras acciones tienen consecuencias y luego más. So it's a consequence. God makes us suffer because sometimes it's a consequence of our own sins or errors or past mistakes, and sometimes He has to intervene in like a negative way so that we realize that our actions have consequences and then some. That's basically what it's saying. But despite everything, God will always remain faithful. A pesar de todo, Dios siempre permanecerá fiel. Él nunca nos dará más de lo que somos capaces de manejar. Primero Corintios 10:13. I'm not good with numbers in Spanish. Sus ángeles nos sostienen fuertemente en sus manos, asegurándose de que el diablo no nos capture ni nos desvíe de nuestro camino espiritual o de nuestra relación con Dios. So despite everything, God will always remain faithful, and He will never give us more than what we are capable of handling. 1 Corinthians 10:13. His angels will always hold us strongly in His hands, making sure that God never doesn't capture us or makes us deviate from a spiritual path or relationship from God. Yeah, so it might seem like, so basically whatever I've said in all of this in Spanglish, in English and Spanish, I'm trying to make this a bilingual channel sort of thing. But yeah, it might seem like our suffering is long lasting and will never end. Or it might seem like there's no purpose to it, but we have to trust God and His plans, and at the right time He will unravel everything to us. Just hold on, maintain patience, and everything will be worth it at the end, I promise you. Difficult situations make you trust God more and hold on tightly to His plans for your life. He doesn't want you to know everything, and we're not really supposed to, because if God revealed everything in our lives, then the surprise element will kind of be gone, and sometimes we might not be able to handle it. Like if you knew 20 years time something bad will happen, God forbid, if you knew that, you will be freaking out. Or if you knew what's going to happen in the future, then yeah, it's just not going to be a good thing. Yeah. So in John 13:8, Jesus said to His disciples before He died, "You don't know what I'm doing, but later you will understand." As Christians, we have to remember God knows more than we do. Difficult situations help us to develop our character in 3 main ways. A, builds resilience, helps practice delayed gratification, and can actually make life more meaningful. I'm going to do this in a separate video, but yeah, this is just what if you're going through a transitional phase in life, if you feel like it is endless, it's endless, you're never gonna get to where you are. I've been there. I feel that way most of the time as well, but just be patient. I think what keeps me going, for example, like I said, I had to wait till September to do something, and I'm thinking if I could last January to May, because January to May is 4 months, May to September is 4 months. If I can do January to May, I can do May to September, regardless of how difficult it is. Just try and make sure, if you're going through something and it's really hard and the days are unbearable, try and find something you can do every single day that kind of makes it more tolerable. For example, for me at work, every day I watch an episode of A Different World. I love the Cosby Show, and when I realized A Different World was on Netflix, I was so happy, honestly. So I watched A Different World. I used to watch Carmen Sandiego as well, but I'm not sure. I don't know if I want to continue it. I kind of DNF'd it because it wasn't really, I feel like it's a good show, but the plot was quite repetitive. So I kind of watched A Different World. And yeah, just watch any show or even movie that you like. I've been downloading shows on Amazon Prime to watch during lunch breaks and stuff. It kind of makes the day more bearable. So yeah, just try and find something you're grateful for, something that makes the day a little bit more tolerable each day, and hopefully one day you'll get to your goals and you'll get to your promises that God has revealed to you. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I didn't want it to be too long, just an encouragement video. If you're going through anything, if you're going through a transitional phase of life, hopefully I've inspired you to keep going, keep holding strong, keep holding on, And yeah, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm gonna be try and be posting more on this channel and my other channel, my edit channel. I have so many fandoms that I like I can't even explain all of them, but yeah. And hopefully one day, you know, this channel will grow as well as my other channel. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good day or night. I love you very much. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Yeah, see you.